Good morning, everybody. Sava from Sava Talk Spurs here. I hope everyone can hear me okay. I hope everything is all right. This stream is not going to be about who are Spurs signing. This stream is not going to be about who is Daniel Levy buying, who's going to be sold, where are we going to finish in the league. This isn't about the upcoming season or Champions League or what are our rivals doing. I want to talk about a subject which for me is really, really important. Other people might think it's boring, but I feel that something needs to be said across our fan base. Unfortunately, we live in a society now where people aren't allowed an opinion. People are not allowed to say they like ENIC, they hate ENIC without somebody else absolutely brutalizing them, without somebody talking about their family, without someone telling them they don't know about this and they don't know about that, without somebody going and spreading to Twitter and Instagram how bad this person is and getting other people to join in and to bully. Now, I'm going to start this by saying I'm aware that I have a past on Twitter and I'm not proud of some of the things that I did. Hence why I'm off that place now. Hence why I've spoken to people and realized that that place isn't great and that I was contributing to some of that downfall of what could be a great platform. The shame of it for me is that other people haven't realized that yet. The shame of it for me is that there are people that will talk and talk and talk badly about people that aren't even on the platform. They will go, they will bully, they will gang. They will talk in a big group about how bad I am, how bad Stell is, who's not on there anymore, because we have a difference in opinion. They will talk about people being bullies whilst ganging everybody together to do that very thing, which is to gang up and bully on people. I've been there. I've been in angry Twitter exchanges with people talking about, I'll hurt you, your family this, your family that. And I'm so ashamed that I was part of that problem. I'm so ashamed that I was on that platform doing these things. But what I'm more ashamed of is that it's still happening. What I'm ashamed of is not that it's happening with kids. I'm ashamed that it's happening with grown adults, dads, granddads, bullying, egging people on, asking people to join their feed and go at somebody. This isn't about one thing. This isn't about a thing that has happened to me. I just feel that this is something for ages that needs to be said. A very good friend of mine, Stell, has come off Twitter now because of what certain people from other podcasts did to him. Getting people to come in and join in on the hate for things that simply weren't true. But the truth doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter because one person says it on Twitter and everyone believes it. And surely we shouldn't live in this day and age. Surely people like my good friend Stell shouldn't not be on Twitter because people on a podcast decided to lie about things he'd said, things he'd done. People make fake accounts about him. People made fake accounts about me. To this day, I see fake accounts made about me. I've not been on Twitter for a year. I'm on WhatsApp groups where people will send in snippets from Twitter about me, about Stell, about Henry Wright TV. Henry's a 26-year-old lad doing his thing, dedicating his time to put on Tottenham feeds, to get information, to put shows on, in and around working, in and around getting engaged to his partner. People going at him. The other night, some of the comments I saw on his channel towards him were sickening because he had an opinion on Rafinha, because he had an opinion on ENIC. People talking about his family, people calling him the C word. Yeah, people telling him to drop his channel and should never talk again about football. It's disgusting. It shouldn't be happening, but it is. Last night, A good friend of mine who knows I'm not on Twitter sent me a snapshot of 4 to 5 people talking about me on Twitter. 4 to 5 people. And I'm not going to name them. They know who they are. They know who they are. 4 to 5 adults. One of them's a granddad. One of them goes on Last Word on Spurs regularly, calling me a moron because I did a feed where I said I don't particularly want Rafinha. Right? I don't want Rafinha. That led to them calling me a moron. Someone said I was mentally unwell because of this. Now, bearing in mind, I'm not on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not on there. But they were calling me mentally unwell because of my opinion. And for anyone that knows me, I've got a lovely house. I've got a wonderful fiance. I'm getting married in 3 months. I've got a good job. I'm not in any financial difficulty. I'm in good health. I've got a great circle of friends around me. I know some really good Spurs community people. I'm not unwell. I'm not sad. I'm not lonely. I'm not angry. But this picture that gets painted on Twitter is just vile, and it really, really needs to stop. One of them, as I said, was a granddad. Another one said I'm mentally unwell. Another one, and you'll know who this is, another one is somebody that has had banners made about him, put outside the stadium, got people feeling sorry for him. I even messaged this guy and said, I feel it's disgusting that they made a banner and put that in the Tottenham High Road about you. This person's still in the background talking about me like they know me. They don't know me. I've been open and honest. I've been an adult. I've said anyone who wants to talk, if anyone's got an issue, here's my number. Call me. Let's have a chat. But I've not spoken to these people for over a year. As I said, one of them is a granddad who goes on to Last Word on Spurs and should know better. Egging people on, getting people to join in, saying that they were just watching the show to laugh at me, to laugh at people. Sava doesn't have a clue about football. Somebody said Sava knows as much about football as they know about chemistry or something. What, because I have an opinion? It's crazy, guys. Come on. This is really silly. I'm not angry. I just looked at it and felt sorry for these people now. And as I said, not an angel. Done things in the past I'm not proud of. But surely time moves on, right? Life's too short. Take Bob Spur, for example. What a wonderful guy Bob Spur is. This guy nearly died a few months back, right? But still puts himself out there to give give himself a platform and a channel for people to come on to give their opinion. He'll tell you life's too short. Yeah? Life is too short. If people have an issue, contact that person individually, whether it's me, whether it's Stell, whether it's Henry, contact them individually. Have the adult chat, but making fake accounts about them, goading them, talking about their families, talking about their fiancés. Don't you think that sometimes these things get seen? These things get seen by family members. Think before you do this. Life is too short. You know what? A couple of years ago, my mum passed away. And you know what? As sad as that was, and as much as that's my issue to deal with, it just made me sit back and realise this is too short. Life's too short. Why are we all still going at each other? Why are people abusing each other? Why are people threatening each other? Yeah, if you have an issue with someone, go, call them, text them and say, look, let's sort this out. Enoch in, Enoch out is not a reason for everyone to hate each other. Everyone knows I am Enoch. Sorry, I am Enoch. Everyone knows I don't like Enoch. Yeah? Everyone knows I don't like Enoch and I'd love them to go. But that's not to say that I'm not friends with people that are Enoch in. Myself and Sean THFC get on well. He likes Enoch, I don't. It's cool. That's fine. It's not an issue. But people in the background will just have this massive issue with you because you don't like a particular owner or a player. It's crazy, guys, and it's got to stop. This isn't good. This isn't good for our younger generation of YouTubers, our younger generation of podcasters, our younger generation of fan. This isn't good for them. There's a couple of young guys that have just started podcasts and YouTube channels, and they message me for advice and support. And some of the messages they're sending me and showing me of the abuse they're getting, some of them are 18 years of age, and their families are being talked about, and they're being called this, and they're being called paedophiles and rapists and nonces. This is disgusting. If you have a problem with somebody, go private with them. But if you've got a problem with someone and you need to air it on a YouTube channel, on a Twitter page, yeah, then there's something wrong. And Captain Cockrell, I know you said my mum wouldn't want me giving me these people energy and airtime. I'm not giving any one particular. I'm just trying to bring people together. I'm trying to say that there needs to be harmony. Yeah. For me, I'm a huge advocate. I think the YouTube owners, the Instagram owners, the Twitter owners, the Facebook owners, they need to make everybody accountable. They need to make everybody have a face and a name and an address details and bank details behind their profile, because it's just getting disgusting. I myself, for anyone who doesn't YouTube, you'll know that we have a button called community, and it allows us to make people moderators, and it allows us to block people. I looked yesterday, and my YouTube channel has been going for 8 weeks, and I have blocked 196 people that have made fake accounts to have a go. Let that sink in. A lot of these are adults making fake accounts to go at people, to belittle them over an opinion on football. Guys, I've been there. I've been part of the problem. Let's be part of the solution. This needs to be kicked out. This needs to be better. If Henry Wright is putting on a show for you people, and he's giving you 2.5, 3 hours of his evening, and I see the comments rolling in, abusing the guy, then I see people in the background having a go at him on Twitter. This guy's not a real fan. This guy's a W. This guy's a C. This guy. Why? That's someone who's putting content on for you. His time. For you guys. For fans. For Spurs fans. Come on. We're not all angels. No one's perfect in this world. But surely if we all come together, we can kind of stop this, right? People in the comments join in as well. This is what I don't understand. They're adults. Yeah? Adults goading people to join in and bully. People on Twitter are doing this daily. Daily. People talking like they know me. People want to spread to the world, yeah, that I'm this horrible bloke, that I'm mentally ill. I don't know where they get this from. They don't know me. I'm not mentally ill. Those of you who know me will know I like to have a laugh. I like to joke about. I like a beer like the rest of you. I like to go to Spurs. I like to relax. I'm a family guy. And nobody with a family deserves to go through this type of stuff. So for me, I've got through the other side of this, right? For me, coming off there for a year, having to get the police involved, having letters sent to my house, I'm okay now. I've dealt with that. I'm old and ugly enough to deal with that. But this is for people that aren't. You see stories every day of YouTube hosts. Sod that. You see stories every day of people, human beings that take their own lives because of bullying on the internet, because of comments that people make day in, day out without realizing the harm, the psychological damage that it does to that person's mental well-being. It's all well and good. People will come on and go, oh, well, you did this 5 years ago, so you deserve all this abuse. Not just to me, to other people. They do it to Stel. Stel, thank God, is a really mentally sound guy. But other people aren't. Some of them Some of them can't handle this abuse and they do go and take their own lives. Is that what we want? Do we want that on our conscience? Do we really want as a society to be people that turn around and tell people to kill themselves and they go and do it? That tell people they're going to rape their mums and tell people they're going to do this and do that, and then they go and commit suicide? Young people with their lives ahead of them, with families, with parents, with kids, with siblings, with aunts, uncles, granddads who care about them. Is this really where we want to be? Not only as a fan base, but as human beings, as a society. This isn't where we want to be, surely. So if you have a problem with somebody, learn from my mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes, talk to them. There's no need to berate them behind their back on Twitter. There's no need to send them nasty messages on YouTube. Like people like me, like Henry, like Stell, we get every day messages into our YouTube calling us all sorts of things. Stalking. There's no need for it. As I've said to anybody, it's a message to anybody. If anybody does have an issue with me, with somebody else, go and speak to them privately, please. Because life's too short and you see it every day. And I don't want to see any more people committing suicide. Teenagers, kids as young as 12 and 13 committing suicide because of what people do to them on the internet. How can we live with ourselves as adults, as human beings, if we're doing that? Essentially, this all stems from one thing, people. This stems from football. This stems from Tottenham Hotspur Football Club that we all love. We've all done bad things. We've all done good things. But there's no need to kick people all the time. There's no need to berate them all the time. Some people just put on content for you. Some people just put opinions because they're lonely. Some people go onto Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and they've got no family, they've got no friends, they're lonely. That's their source of livelihood. That's their source of socialism. But yet people want to go at them. And everyone's so nasty to each other that it's not needed. Call a truce. If you don't like someone, call a truce with them, ignore them. But as I said, when I've got grown men and granddads and I've got all the screenshots, and you know what? Some of me really wanted to come on here today and show you screenshots that just from the last 24 hours of people going at me on Twitter, going at Henry on Twitter. But you know what? I thought, what's the point? Why do that? What's it going to achieve? It just looks like you're moaning. This isn't a moan. This is a plea. This is a plea to people to be nice to each other. Respect each other's decisions. Have debates. Will THFC rant tonight? We don't agree on everything football. We get really heated at each other on a stream. But we like each other. We're in WhatsApp groups together. We chat. It's football. There's no need for this. So guys, please. Twitter is a cesspit. It's turned that way. It's nasty. And you know what? When I was dealing with the police, because of death threats I was getting, because of letters coming to my house, because of fake photos being circulated saying it was me on Twitter, right? Being called a paedophile on Twitter, being called a nonce and a rapist, having accounts made about me with the face of me and Jimmy Savile mixed. And I had to go to the police station and I had to bring everything up. And the police were like, okay, so there's a few things. And what I did, I went on to Twitter advanced search in front of a police officer and I typed in my name. I typed in Sava, not Richard, just Sava. And the police couldn't believe when they scrolled through for months and months and years of some of the vile things being said. And I was honest. I showed them some of the things I'd done as well. I was honest with them. I showed them. I said, look, I've done this. I've sent this. I'm not proud of it. But you know what? I'm trying to leave that behind. And they couldn't believe what goes on online. So this isn't about anyone being an angel. This isn't about those nasty people. It's not about calling any individual out. It's about, can we come together now? Can we all pull together and be better people? This is football, guys. I don't want Richarlison at Spurs. Okay, cool. Someone on my next podcast will want Richarlison at Spurs. It's cool. It doesn't matter. I'm allowed to not like players. Everyone's allowed to not like owners. But let's not ruin this for the next generation of people. Let's be adults. Let's have that obligation. Let's have that social moral responsibility to show the youngsters how we should behave. My behaviour wasn't doing that a few years ago. It wasn't. And I look back on that time and I can't tell you anymore. Anyone who knows me, I'm holding my hands up. Did some bad things, sent some silly messages to people. Have since tried to smooth things out with many of them. Some people can't let go. Some of them now I drink with at Tottenham. This guy won't mind me mentioning. Me and Gav North hated each other. He's staunch ENIC in, I'm staunch ENIC out. Going at each other for years. Now we WhatsApp most days, talking about football, talking about our families. It's okay. Pick up the phone, call them, WhatsApp them, send them a DM on Twitter or Instagram. Have a chat, smooth it out. You'll find that there's something where you can always meet in the middle. There's always a middle ground. If you hate someone that much, if they despise you, if you detest them, you don't have to message them. You don't have to talk about them. You don't have to jump onto their YouTube show or their Twitter channel or their podcast. Just ignore them. We have a responsibility. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, but I just want to say there's lots of people, Stell, Henry, Bob Spur, myself. We do a lot for charity. We give a lot back from YouTube. We give a lot back from the Spurs community. Yeah. And we do that because we want to, not because we have to. So let's all think about those things. What can we do to help others? Right? Anyone asking in the chat, I'm fine. Honestly, I'm absolutely fine. Nothing has happened to me personally. I'm good. I'm in a great headspace. I have been for a year since I left Twitter. I'm just trying to help encourage people to come together, to be better people, right? And to do what I did, to look at some of the behavior that I put into social media and realized that it wasn't wrong. Sorry, that it was wrong, that it wasn't right. And I spoke to people, some great people like Jordan Ianson. Sorry for mentioning your name, Jordan. One of the good guys in life. Sat down and had chats about, you don't need that in your life. You're better than that. Why are you reacting like this? This isn't you. This is what the internet has turned you into. My best mate's telling me, it's the internet. It's not real. And do you know what? That really hit a chord with me about a year ago. It's not real. Most people you speak to online, they're not your friends. It's not real. There's no need for it to be real. There's no need for it to be abusive. There's no need for it to be angry. Come onto YouTube shows. We open up comments like I have right now. We open up comments for people to come on and chat, to come on and air their views. We all love talking football. But even that the other night was ruined, where I tried putting my link into the chat so people could come in and join on the show. But people in the background, 4 or 5 people, click the link and I'd see them in the bottom of my screen, which you don't see, which will show me who wants to come on. And they've got their asses out. They're pulling silly faces and you just think, come on, this is not right. So guys, let's all respect each other. Let's move forward. Life's too short. Yeah? People die every day. People get diagnosed with illnesses every day. People battle their own battle, which you can't see. Before you next have a go at someone, think about the battle they might be having up there that you don't know about, that you can't see. I was once on a stream talking with a good friend of mine, Gav Mack, and we were talking about mental health. And I was honest with him. And at the time, this was a few years back, I said that I was on fluoxetine because I wasn't in a good place. I wasn't in a good place. And I said that, and I was doing awful things. I was getting into stupid rows on Twitter for no reason. It was ridiculous. The worst thing I've done now, people use that against me. People to this day will go, oh, how's your meds? Oh, it's the crazy. Not crazy. Yeah. I sought help. I got help because I didn't like the person I was becoming. And you get to become a better person. Why can't we all do that? Why can't we all take a look inside and go, yeah, there's no need for this. So guys, I'm sorry that this stream was not about who are Tottenham buying. I'm sorry this stream was not about Daniel Enoch leaving or Daniel Levy being the best chairman ever. I'm sorry this wasn't about Ndombele being sold. I'm sorry this wasn't me bringing you ITK nonsense. Right? But I felt that this was a really important issue that needed to be addressed, and not just Tottenham fans. This is football fans all over. Football fans from other clubs come into feeds, and the abuse they get immediately is mad. Rivalry is good. Healthy debate is good. But the things they get called, not good, guys. It's not good. Take it from me. My world was turned upside down, right? Because of interactions and spats I got into on Twitter. I now have a full-time stalker, ladies and gentlemen. I have a full-time stalker that has made over 100 accounts pretending to be me on Twitter in the last 5 years. That has made over 100 accounts in the last 8 weeks pretending that they know me and my family on YouTube. And all you can do is keep blocking them. All you can do is keep blocking them because there's no face, there's no name, there's no accountability, right? But if you see that in the chat, help with it. Don't egg them on. Don't try and find out when there's a scandal when there isn't one. I've always said to anyone wants to know me, anyone wants to know about a story they've heard in the background, ask me. I will always be honest with you. And you can ask Henry and Stell this. Henry, who is a good friend of mine. I'd like to say Henry and I are good friends now. Henry and I talk, and he came to me one day and he said, Sava, can I ask you a question about a situation that's happened? Something to do with last word on Spurs. I said, yeah, sure, of course you can. And the thing that Henry then said to me that he'd heard saddened me from a point of view that it was just so false. It was so fabricated, not by Henry. Henry was bringing it to me as a friend, but it was false. It was fabricated, but this gets spewed out. So love me, hate me, despise me, love other people, hate other people, despise other people. There's just no need for it. Yeah, we're all in this together. Let's do good things. That's why over the next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to be doing a number of charity drives on my channel. I already give 50% of all my earnings on YouTube to the British Heart Foundation. But what I'm going to be doing is picking some other charities over the next 6 months. And we're going to be doing some massive charity drives where instead of super chats, instead of super stickers, all I will be asking for is that the money goes to a charity. We can do it once a month. Something like what Bob Spur done, a 24-hour YouTube stream where all of the donations go to a charity, to cancer, for heart, for the blind, for the mentally ill, yeah, for people with Down syndrome, whatever it may be. We've got that power between us as a community to make good stuff happen. Let's use this platform for good, okay? Stop believing what you hear about everybody, that they're so bad. Let's do it for good. So, guys, I'm going to sign off now. We're coming up to 30 minutes. I really appreciate this. I will go live later tonight, and it will be about football. It won't be about this. But if you see it, if you see this type of thing on Twitter, if you see this type of thing on Instagram, if you see this type of thing on YouTube or Facebook, speak up. Don't let these people just say these things and everyone just laughs, right? Don't let these people get away with it, because too many times, right? Too many times people see these comments and nothing gets said. Nothing gets said about them. Yeah. And please, a couple of things I'm going to address right now. Please, a rumor will be going around Twitter that I phoned somebody's boss to get them sacked. This is completely false. This is a complete fabrication of what actually happened. So please do not believe that. That is not true. A phone call took place. It was not to get anybody sacked. There is always more to it, right? A rumor will go round that I sent a picture of me in the shower to a 16-year-old girl. This is completely false. It was not me in a picture. It was not in my house. My fiance has seen this picture, and to keep it polite, you would like to think my fiance knows what I look like when I'm not wearing any clothes, right? This was false. Things are going around the internet, yeah, talking about how I'd stole money from a charity. This is completely false for anyone that knows me. In the last 5 years, I've raised over £50,000 or given £50,000 away to charity through bike rides, right? Through various charities. During the pandemic, people were coming to me saying, I can't afford to pay my rent and I'm going to be evicted. And I gave them money to pay their rent. People were saying they couldn't feed their families. I put money into their bank accounts so they could get food. This isn't about me being an angel. This is about giving back. So don't believe everything you hear about me, about Stel, about Henry, about anybody. Don't believe it just because somebody that doesn't know them and is on a Twitter handle without a name and with probably a picture of a dog, yeah, says it. It's not true, right? It's not true. Don't get me wrong. 90% of the things I laugh at, I get sent through, oh, look, this is a new account of Sava on Twitter. And I go, oh, God, because it's not. I'm not on Twitter. But there's another 10% where it's more serious than that, where your colleagues see it, where the people I manage see it, where my family see it. My mum saw something before she passed away and called me and asked if this is true. Because a friend of hers had seen it online and asked her. My brothers have seen it. My fiance sees these things. My boss sees these things. And that's not just me. This isn't special about me. This is about everybody. The moment you put something up about somebody online, everybody can see it. It's there. And it becomes verbatim. It becomes fact in the court of Twitter. You are guilty because somebody has said you did this. It shouldn't be like that, people. It shouldn't be like that. So keep strong. Yeah, don't let anyone go at you. If you see this, take my advice, please, and do what I never did when I was on Twitter. Don't interact with these people. Somebody goes at you, block them immediately. Do not interact with them because you end up spiraling into where I was, where my loved ones will tell you I was down, I was out. Because of what? Because of Twitter, because of people I didn't know. Because they can call me a CUNT. They can call me this. They can call me that. I don't care. It doesn't offend me. But when you start sending things to my house, when you start, even the dog agrees, when you start sending things to my house, shush. When you start sending things to my house, when you start seeing things to my fiance, when you start putting, sorry about this, people, the dog thinks somebody's at the door. When you start seeing all these things, it becomes real and it affects your life. So please, 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 listen, learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and let's all come together. If anyone ever wants to talk, message me. I will talk with anyone about the things I've been through, how I can support you, how I can help you. Just if you haven't got anybody in your life, I will talk to you. I will be there for you, to listen to you rant, to listen to you moan, to listen whatever you want, to talk football. WhatsApp me. We'll talk football all day, all night. But guys, let's be better than we're being as human beings. Let's not let these people win. Okay? Life is too short. Guys, much love. Thank you all. Sorry for the 34-minute rant. I am good before anyone says anything. And I've got no doubt people will see this, and I've got no doubt that people will still be talking about me on Twitter, saying, did you see what Sava said? Sava this, Sava did this. That's fine. I'm old, I'm ugly, I can deal with that. But you guys do not get involved in any of this stuff with people. Learn from me, please. Let me be an example of what you don't want to happen, where I had to shut down a podcast. I had to shut down my YouTube channel. Yeah? Don't do that. Don't be those people. There is always someone out there. Don't ever do anything silly. Much love, and reach out to your community. We are a Spurs community. We should all feel safe going to the ground. I get people telling me, don't ever come to the ground, or we'll do this, we'll do that. It's not going to stop me going to the ground. Grow up. It's fine. I get people come up to me when I'm in the pub at Spurs going, you said this. It's like, dude, grow up. It's cool. You're a grown man asking me why I hate ENIC. Think about it. Grow up. Who cares? Who cares? You're a grown man, you like ENIC. I'm a grown man, I don't like them. It's all good. So guys, girls, big up to yourselves. We're always bigging each other up, right? Spread the love, spread the word. And remember, it's football. Always remember this. Come on, you Spurs. Big up. Let's have a great season. Let's go and buy some top players. Let's get behind Antonio Conte. And let's all support each other in the world of YouTube and the world of Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and wherever we platform. Please please share this. Please spread the word. Spread the love. Let's all come together. I love you all. See you later. Thank you.